Hi there, I'm Phil Moufarrege from growthevoice.com, singer-songwriter and vocal coach. Today I want to talk to you about free singing lessons and why they may not have been able to actually help you. And I'm talking about those free singing tips that you come across all around YouTube, all around the internet, on forums, on articles, you name it. Why is it that they don't seem to deliver? What I want to talk to you today is about why it hasn't been able to help you achieve your goals and why you've most likely only seen very minuscule results or maybe none at all. There's a few reasons for this, and number one is that just most information, at least that I've seen around there, is either too generic, meaning you're getting just a breadcrumb of the whole situation, or it's just plain misinformation, meaning that the teacher doesn't even know what they're talking about. Another thing could be the way the teacher explained it may not have been a way that just made sense to you. So when you went and trained the ideas, you trained them incorrectly. So there's a few different reasons there, and I want to say that not all information and not all teachers are created equally. Then there's another reason. Sometimes you encounter a very good teacher, very good information, but your ability to apply it is just not so good, or maybe you just don't really understand what they're trying to say. Or maybe they know the stuff, but they're not able to communicate it well. So, a teacher with good information who cannot really even teach it properly. So there's many different areas where there's a chance for something to go wrong and then for you to see no results. So I'm going to go into a little bit more in depth about this. So most kind of articles or posts or videos that when you're looking for how to sing better, they tend to give you like a little tip or a little exercise claiming that it's going to build a certain thing. So it's, you might be going, okay, how can I increase my range? And you'll go to, maybe a YouTube video and you'll get an exercise that takes you up a scale. Let's just use range for an example. There's many different things we can talk about, but let's talk about range and singing higher for now. Now, most people think about increasing their range as some kind of trick they've got to do, or some kind of thing that they've just got to, if they just think about it or they just do this exercise, it's going to get that, their range is going to somehow be there. And that's kind of how a lot of these singing tips or free lessons or whatever, they kind of deceptively push that idea that all you've got to do is just follow along an exercise and you're just going to get all this range. The reason why it doesn't seem to work is because there's many different things about your voice that they don't know about. And everyone's voice is unique, because we all come with our unique challenges. And if we're just throwing a vocal exercise with some generic tips, just don't strain, sing relaxed, breathe down deep, generic tips like that. So building range is not about just kind of doing a trick. For example, if you're looking to build your range, the first thing you may have trouble with is that when you start singing and you go higher, you feel like your throat tenses up and you're straining, okay? Then you feel like you've got to go to falsetto. So there's different things you've got to build up to stop that happening. For one, you've got to learn how to take the strain out of here and put it down in what's called the support mechanism and develop good body connection. That way, the muscles down low take the force rather than up here. The next thing you've got to learn to do is that connection between chest and falsetto. We've got to build that up strong. Okay, so that's a phase we've got to go through. So we're using all different sorts of vocal exercises to target these individual issues. Not just one exercise that you jump onto and go, okay, increase your range with this exercise. It's not going to work, because you may have issues with your breathing, and then you've got to do exercises for that. You may have issues with your support. You've got to do exercises to build that up. And you've got to do these correctly, so the instructions have to be correct. The instructions have to be in a way that you can understand. Then you've got to go into other phases. For example, the reason why I'm flipping the falsetto is because my chords can't maintain the compression. They can't stay together. They can't resist the breath. So I've got to do exercises that build up that skill, that strengthen the folds themselves. So there's all sorts of things that we build up step by step. And then you see that building range isn't a trick. It isn't a maneuver. It isn't a thing you just, in one movement that you just do. It's a step-by-step phased training protocol. It's a whole thing. And this goes for other things too. For example, let's say you don't like your tone, or let's say you're trying to build power. There's certain things that we've got to do. For example, with tone, and we try and improve our resonance and get a better tone, we have to eradicate tensions and things that are getting in the way of your tone. You've also got to go through a phase of building up your stylistic and artistic ability. Then resonance, and splatting on the vowels and all these things where the vowels like like that sort of stuff, okay? Or the larynx coming up. There's all sorts of things that we can encounter when we load up a YouTube video, go and check out this exercise or go on the forum and say, how can I sing high? You've opened up a big can of worms. There's no one little exercise that's going to do it. Now, the biggest problem is that there's no way for an article or a video to verify that you're doing it right. There's no way for you to know if you're doing it right. Okay, so you've got to always have that relationship with a teacher or some method that can offer some sort of support where they can tell you if you're doing it right or wrong. Okay, and they have to have the ear to be able to know whether you're doing it right or wrong. So if you want specific, personalized answers to your vocal struggles, you're going to need specialized vocal knowledge. Okay, specialized knowledge, not generic tips, not vague little breadcrumbs of information like, if you want to sing better, just think of the tone up here and just sing out. That stuff, that's not addressing the issues. That stuff only works for people who have most of the ingredients there and just need a little tip and a little way to think of it. Those things are tiny little things. They're not the core fundamentals that make up great singing. So if you want to know more about the core fundamentals of great singing with specialized knowledge, not generic fluff tips or whatever, proper in-depth responses, head over to growthevoice.com. Okay? This is the stuff that I teach. Personal, unique to the voice, and unique to your struggles. Thank you for watching.